Howdy everyone. Alright, so back with another closer look video, and I was going to cover Mr. Dougal here. The hero with a disproportionately small head for some reason. It just looks weird. I don't know, actually he was way out of proportion when they first released him. He looked very, very funny. I think they did give him a little bit of a makeover, and he looks a little bit better now, that's for sure, than when he was first released. Yeah, it was funny. He had a mini-me head on a adult body. It's quite hilarious. Alright, so let's get into actual hero grade, and he is rated as an A. He is definitely a decent healer for sure, and he is pretty solid on both offense and defense. He's not so hot to use for the war machine necessarily, but we're at 8 stars generally, 8, sometimes 9s, and I tell you, he doesn't last long against going in against a red, because they, generally speaking, do burn, and it'd be cool if he had some cleansing in his special, but he doesn't, so he doesn't last too long. However, he was quite helpful in the beginning with smaller war machines, so there is that going for him. But as you get to higher star levels on the war machines, just generally the 3 stars really don't last long, and it doesn't really matter which 3-star they are, actually. They probably won't last long if the war machines get tough, that's for sure. So he has pretty decent stats across the board. Defenses aren't too bad, that's for sure. And then you get into a special where he adds 95 armor for all his allies, which is great. Armor heroes are the bomb because they will protect your hero's health, right? So you get that bonus of the attackers not being able to get at your hero's health until that armor is gone. That's now on them, so all allies also regenerate 228 HP over 3 turns. It's not bad, but it's not bad healing. Healing over time is not a bad thing, that's for sure. Yeah, I really wish he was a buff dispeller or a cleanser too, but he is definitely decent. And when you're going into a world's map stage or a veterans map stage, you know, you can always set him off with some energy drinks and get the armor going on your allies right from the beginning, because I do actually use him quite a bit for in this account, my alt account here, for the emblem quests as well. And that's one of the reasons why I really like using him in that emblem quest, is you can just build up the armor on all your heroes and just keep building up the armor, and then I can get through farther on the emblem quests, so, because it is good to be able to complete those quests and actually get the 3rd stage in too. So I do notice that Dougal is helpful for those things, that's for sure. Yeah, because that armor is awesome. Okay, so class is sentry, and let's take a look at that. Security and emergency experts are sentries. So this is an armor up. Now, most of my emblems in this account, I went to Boomer, as he's a 4-star sentry, and I like Boomer. He's pretty solid as well. So unfortunately, I didn't put any emblems on Dougal, and it'll stay that way. So that armor up though sure is helpful if you choose to put emblems on Dougal. And then, being that he's a healer, I would go down the defensive path as much as you can, the defensive and the health path. So that's 5, 10, 15, 25. So that's pretty good. That's a lot of extra armor on there. And then, yeah, if you go down the health path, and then see there's 2, defense and health right there. Them both together. And where's the speed on this entry? It's probably at the bottom. Yeah, it is, right there. There's this speed bonus. So in this case, I like the critical chance bonus too, but obviously he's not an attacking hero, so I would definitely go with the charge bonus in that case, since, yeah, if you want the 2% up for his charge recovery, that's really good. And he is right at the break point where it would drop a tile if you were using him on offense. So he's at 49 average, so adding 2 more percent he would go over 50 for his charge bonus. So he would be able to charge up faster if you were using him for war machines or a war hit or an emblem quest, whatever the case may be. He would charge faster for sure. It would definitely drop a tile off and go from 11 to 10, and 6 ghosted tiles down to 5. So that's pretty cool. Don't even need a speed weapon for that, just because he happens to be sitting right at that break point between 49 and 50 where it drops a tile. So that's awesome. That is good to know. Okay, so let's go through some weapons. And I've been using him with Jonah on a war hit too, which is pretty cool. Actually, both Jonahs, I've done that a couple times in war now. And just show you kind of one of the teams. So Jonah helps out himself and those beside him. So I got this guy to heal, and then he strikes. And then I'll have somebody else in the middle as tank, and then I'll put in the other Jonah, actually, which has worked out pretty well. And then so something like that I've been taking in for a war hit. So Jonah does the armor up. He's a sniper, which is awesome. He's pretty solid. And then I get the armor up on all the heroes with Dougal when his special goes off, and then when each Jonah goes off, he helps himself and the heroes around them. So I've been finding that's pretty good synergy. So they've been one of my war teams lately. I like that combination. When I'm against a purple tank or a purple flank or whatever, this type of a team has been pretty good. So that's good to have that synergy with the other armor up heroes. Oh, Jonah's a sentry too. Oh, look at that. Gotta do a hero breakdown video on that guy too. Okay. So let's take a look at the weapons options. So I'm in my alt account here, so I don't have as many weapons to be able to show, but I do happen to have one of the master weapons. So this is to hit through dodge and blinding and the critical chance. So being that Dougal's not a striker of any sort, this is kind of redundant for the first part. But if you're taking him on offense, you get the critical chance damage on the tiles, which is cool for sure. Definitely helpful there. Alright, and I got this is a weapon of the month a couple of months ago, and this is pretty good. So I wanted to show this. This is part of the reason why I'm in my alt account right now. So 13% critical chance. Awesome. This is a good combination. Critical chance and speed here. So the charge speed is going to increase for him if he has this weapon. So he'll do tile damage and he'll drop a tile off of charging, both in the regular tiles that are hitting and the ghosted tiles up a gap. So ghosted tiles is just using the gap, and it drops quite a bit to charge when you're just ghosting tiles. Drops quite a bit in the number of tiles you need. So anytime you get a hole in, whether you bust the tank or bust a flank, try and throw tiles up the gap to charge your heroes faster. So that's pretty awesome on that one. And then we got another master weapon here, which is the Venom one. So again, he doesn't strike out in any kind of a way, so this is more of an offensive weapon, that's for sure. However, if you're using Dougal on defense, they do tap the attackers, so that rotates around throughout the heroes. So if he taps them, I wonder if the Venom would hit. Kind of thinking it doesn't just with the tap. It has to be with the special, but yeah, so that's unfortunate. That's more of an offensive based weapon. And then I have the Golema here, which is another master weapon, and that is armor up per turn. So this is awesome, either for offense or defense, that's for sure. Yeah, because that would be helping him and adding to the armor, helping him stay alive longer. So all right, and then the other master weapon is a 5-star, and it's the Convex, and that is armor per turn as well. However, it's more than this. This is 20 armor per turn, and the 5-star Convex is 30 armor per turn. So that's pretty good. And then obviously the Convex being a 5-star weapon, it would have increased attack and increased defense to kind of boost up the hero too. So that covers the master weapons. All right, so let's head into the weapons summon here, and we'll cover the rest of the blue weapons. I have one of the 5-stars in my main account, and I like that one. It's a health weapon. Oh, there's the Draculov. Okay, so this is an offensively based weapon too, and then you get the armor damage if you need it for anything, but that's 37% armor damage. That's cool. But again, armor doesn't play much of a role in this game yet. That's a solid weapon though too. So is this one. Dodge and resistance. So 16% dodge, 17% resistance. Excellent weapon to be on him for defense. Absolutely excellent. And then if you need it on an offense, that's cool too, because like I say, the reds, the war machines, do burn, and he could resist this with that on him, or dodge as well if you need to use them for the war machines. There you go. That's a good weapon for it. Submatic. Just a armor weapon. I don't generally keep any of those copies around, honestly. I usually sacrifice those weapons. 16% critical chance, so if he's on offense, good one to use there. And then, there it is. The Sama weapon. I like this one. You get the health bonus, and then if on offense, the critical chance. So I've always liked this weapon. I know not too many people are fussy on the health weapons, but I like adding the health points to my heroes. Why not? Gonna make them a little bit harder to take out, so that's pretty cool. In my books, yeah, I've always liked that weapon. That was my very first 5-star weapon, actually. Alright, so there's the Bargo. I do have this in my lineup. And that's a resistance weapon. Its stats aren't too bad, the Bargo, though. 197 for defense is pretty good. So if you needed to use that on him on defense, that's pretty cool. And then you got the Regalizer. Alright, so speed weapon, that will definitely bump him up into the next category. And he would be at 58, actually. This would not only bump him into the next category of average, but it actually would make him fast, functionally faster. Sweet. So, his average of 49 at 11 tiles and 6 tiles ghosted would actually drop down to 9 and 5. So that's pretty cool. That is great, actually. He jumps and drops 2 tiles. So he jumps from an average hero up to 58 speed with this, which would be the fast category. Nice. Nice job, Regalizer. And then 31% armor damage. A lot of these blue weapons are pretty solid. Okay. I think I got them all there. Now, there is, for the 3-star options, got the Magnum here, which is dodge. Again, handy on offense or defense. Definitely defense. It seems to go off a lot. I have had death by dodge wars and raids and can't do too much about it. It does kind of suck that you lose the match, though, specifically to dodge. It's like, oh, come on. Could have killed him 5 times over by now if they didn't dodge everything. And the Chekhov is just an armor damage weapon. Alright. So there's a rundown of Dougal. He's very solid. I definitely agree with the A rating there. Yeah, and his stats are pretty good for a 3-star. And he comes in handy as well for some of the challenge events in the higher levels on rare, where I can't necessarily get through it without a healer. So that's cool too. And again, I can just build that up and set it off with energy drinks. So, alright. So there's a rundown of Dougal. Overall, pretty solid hero, even though he has a proportionally small head for his body. So yeah, there you go. He's an absolute good one to level up though, guys. Alright, happy Catterday. See you later.